2-0 Northeastern going to the bottom of the third inning. And Ryan Garrity going to lead things off here in the third. And the junior from Franklin, Massachusetts has just been outstanding. That on-base streak shows the value that he has setting the table at the top of this lineup.
And I tell you what, the eye black budget must be pretty large there for Garrity because he's not subtle about it. He goes up there with the war paint, and I mean, what a season it's been. He's been exactly what Mike Lavin has been hoping he would be. A leader, a guy who gets on base, sets things up, and knowing who he is as a hitter. He's got a little bit of pop. He shows it sometimes in batting practice, but what they don't want him to do is get pull happy and try and be a home run hitter. Just let them come naturally, and that's what he's done this season. And I know that they felt like it was a shame that the on-base streak ended on Sunday because he hit 3 balls that were absolute screamers that found mitts and just was not able to get one to land to make it 44 in a row.
First pitch to Garrity. Breaking ball taken down and away. And there was a little more light shown in our conversation with Mike Lavin this week about Garrity and how he's a vocal leader. As a junior, probably the most vocal guy in the dugout. Takes low for ball 2. And Glav even said to some effect that he really appreciates that Garrity is the one that will give it back to him in practice and keep him honest, good-natured, intense, all of the above. And that the guys really respond to that. He doesn't want every guy, giving him a hard time in practice, but he knows it's important for a couple guys to stand up and practice and set that tone, and Ryan's one of those guys. Fly ball center field. Dromboski back. The wind finally grabs hold, and it's a side saddle catch by Dromboski for the first out.
Well struck, and there is some of that pop that Garrity has, and again, he's not trying to pull that ball. He's sending it up the middle. It's curling away toward that left center field gap, but sometimes it can be tempting for a guy who throws as hard as Worley does to try and let some of that velocity do the work for you, but today, not really a day where the conditions are indicative that you're going to see a lot of balls leave the yard with that wind blowing straight in from left center.
Fastball rips high. A little extra giddy up there from Worley.
No doubt he's frustrated with the way that this game has started, giving up a couple of early runs.
Especially when the second of those runs was self-inflicted with a walk.
And again, that's what got him in trouble when he faced Northeastern. He was wild out of the zone. Northeastern didn't get a hit off of him, so they've already done more than that today with 4 hits. A couple of softies among that.
2-0. Line drive. In for a single. Matt Brinker struck out on a 94-mile-an-hour heater to end the first inning. Was all over that one for a 1-out base knock.
Yeah, he's just been a professional hitter for Northeastern all season, and you can see it from the approach here. He doesn't try and do too much, just drives it right back to where it comes from. The key for Brinker is that he's been healthy this season. It's allowed him to stay in the lineup and produce, and he's going to be an all-conference player when those lists come out in a couple of weeks.
Especially for what he's done in conference play. The batting average sits under 300 overall, but he's right around 370 now on the season in CAA play. And leads Northeastern in conference play and runs batted in and home runs and doubles and just everything you could want for a guy stepping up. Snap throw back behind Brinker. The throw almost gets away as Chris Carson tries to sell Brinker on the fact that it had.
Bonus points for trying here. Maybe think he's can come off the base here.
Doesn't take much. It would take just a flinch, then slap the tag on the guy. 0-2. Seen a couple of times that Worley, especially with the runner on, has lifted that leg up, trying to control the run game, and also it works as well throwing off the timing of the hitter.
Yeah, you have to use all those weapons when you're facing a team that is chaotic on the bases like Northeastern is. And yeah, it's as much a weapon for the base runner as it is for the guy in the batter's box, because you have that slow start to delivery and then you pump in a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It can be quite disorienting. You don't expect Brinker to be going on his own here, although he is 7 for 7 stealing bases this season.
Picking his spots. 2-2, breaking ball, and it's a swing and a miss as Tarantino flashed his bat at it.
Now batting first baseman number 1.
Another strikeout for Worley. Tarantino has struck out twice.
A breaking ball here. He throws a slider and a curveball, and Tarantino just hasn't looked very sure of himself. Remember, he went down looking at that low fastball in his first at-bat. This time the half swing at strike 3 on the bender.
A.J. Ashatino, who's a guy that when we asked Mike Lavin, Harrison Feinberg, he's got the loudest bat in this lineup in terms of just exit velocity and pumping barrels on the ball. A.J. Ashatino flies one to left field. This carries. This is gone. It was a short list behind Feinberg as to who's got some of the best pop on this team, and the lead is doubled by A.J. Ashatino.
A.J. Ashatino making his manager look like Nostradamus here. He just turns on this lefty-lefty, pushes it the other way, and uses the velocity from Worley against him and sends this for a ride. That wind has not died down. It is howling in from left. This one might have been over the dancing Husky in the bullpen had there been no wind. Hit it into the teeth of the wind and made it 4-0.
Carmelo Muzakia can't hold up on that swing.
And that is not a bad strategy when you're a lefty batter facing a tough pitcher up there. Feel like he's going to throw you a first pitch strike. Be ready to ambush him.
0-1. That sails up and away.
These are as important moments for a scout to see a pitcher as any in a game. See how a guy responds to failure or when things don't go your way. That bounce back factor is such a critical piece for a big leaguer, especially a pitcher.
Trying to keep his team in a game. The 4-0 lead for Northeastern. They have scored in all 3 times to the plate. Couple of strikes. Muzakia singled and scored last inning. He was at third when Tyler Harmony drew a 2-out bases-loaded walk. Two-two. Breaking ball. Ripped through the hole in the left side by Muzakia. And if you're Northeastern, you love to see that guy's bat heat up, creeping up toward 300 on the season.
Now this is just a breaking ball that sits up in the zone, and Muzakia, veteran hitter, jumps all over it. Good contact. Bullet right between the third base and shortstop positions. And Northeastern, they had a couple of soft hits last inning, including Muzakia's base hit to left, but they have also had some real rips against Worley, and now he's going to be paying extra close attention to Muzakia, who will try and turn that single into a double with a base stealing. He's already got 1 today.
Which gives him 13 in his last 13 games.
Also, he entered the day 4 shy of the Northeastern record, so he is right now on 86 steals. The record is 89, set last year by Cam Maldonado.
That's career stolen bases. He goes. The pitch is outside. The throw down to second. Not in time. In ahead of it, Muzakia. 2 hits, 2 steals, and he's in scoring position in the third.
And now 2 away from the Northeastern career steals record. That was a great jump. It was one of those slower leg kicks that time from Worley, and Muzakia, that was all he needed.
DiGiorgio awaits, and it's a looping throw back to second base.
This has got to be so frustrating for Worley. He's given up 4 runs. 3 of them have scored with 2 outs. The 2-out rally last inning, and then the home run came with 2 outs from Ashatino this inning.
A bluff by Muzakia, and a fastball zips wide. Three and 0.
You see that pitch count climbing up there. He's going to be right around 60 pitches through 3 innings, unless this inning continues even longer. I mean, it might be well over that, but just does not have the makings of a long outing for him today, unfortunately.
3-0. DiGiorgio takes down and away. 4-pitch walk.
Now batting right fielder Carter Bentley.
After the strikeout swinging by Cooper Tarantino, it didn't feel like this was imminent, but home run, single, steal, and walk. And here is Carter Bentley.
And so we talked about what's the response to the home run. It hasn't been what Worley has wanted. You make a very hittable pitch on the 2-2 to Muzakia that gets laced for a single.
The double steal, the throw down to third, and he's in there. Muzakia might have the program stolen base record by the time the sun sets.
Northeastern's notorious for doing this. When they have a pitcher on the ropes and runners at first and second, they are insanely aggressive, and that's why they lead the nation in stolen bases.
1-0. Swing and a miss by Carter Bentley. Yeah, so for Northeastern, they lead the nation in total steals. They also lead in average stolen bases per game at almost 4. They now have 4 today. 1-1, battled away.
And 3 by 1 player, Muzakia. 88 career steals. I don't think you're going to see him, even with a lefty out there, attempt to steal home to match the record in this spot. Just a hunch.
That skips in. Muzakia breaks for the play. What a play! He avoids the tag in spectacular fashion, and it's 5-0 Huskies.
And maybe he's going to enter into hurdles in Los Angeles 2028. Anticipating a low tag, jumps over where that tag would be, stays in the baseline, and then lands on the plate. What an effort, and Muzakia is insanely athletic. You see it on a play like that.
2-2, battle to the right side. It's smothered by Carson. That ends the inning. You didn't think that an opposite field home run would be the second most emphatic play of the inning, but here we are, 5-0 Northeastern.